You're sitting at a coffee shop, and that attractive woman in her 40s keeps glancing your way. She adjusts her hair when you look over, laughs a little too loud at her phone, positions herself so you can see her better. But you tell yourself she's just being friendly. She couldn't possibly be interested in you. You're younger. She's probably married. You're imagining things wrong. Dead wrong. You just missed about 7 signals that she's attracted to you. Let me teach you how older women really show interest, because they're not playing the same games as 20s. And if you don't know their language, you're missing opportunities everywhere. Here's what most guys don't understand. Women over 35 have completely different attraction signals than younger women. They're not giggling behind their hands or playing hard to get. They've evolved past the juvenile stuff, but they're also not going to chase you down the street. They have sophisticated, subtle ways of showing interest that younger guys completely miss because you're looking for the wrong signs. The first thing you need to understand about age gap dynamics is that an older woman interested in a younger man has already fought through social programming to even allow that attraction. She's told it's inappropriate, desperate, pathetic, so when she shows interest, it's despite societal pressure, not because of it. That makes her signals more genuine, but also more hidden. I had a client, 28 years old, working with a 42-year-old colleague. For months, she'd been showing interest, staying late when he worked late, bringing him coffee, touching his shoulder when reviewing documents. He thought she was just being maternal. Then at the Christmas party, after a few drinks, she straight up told him she'd been waiting for him to make a move for a year. A full year of signals he completely missed. Context matters massively in reading these signals. That same behavior, the coffee, the touches, the staying late, means something completely different from a married co-worker versus a single woman at your gym. Location changes meaning. A woman making eye contact at a professional conference might just be networking. The same woman making the same eye contact at a wine bar, different story entirely. The workplace dynamic is especially tricky. Professional women have to be subtle because careers are at stake. But watch for the after-work invitations that we should grab drinks to discuss that project. The unnecessary texts about work on weekends. She's creating plausible deniability while opening doors. If she's finding excuses to interact with you outside required professional contact, that's not networking. That's interest. Now, older women generally fall into 2 categories when showing attraction, the shy ones and the confident ones. And their signals are completely different. Missing this distinction is why most guys are clueless. You're looking for universal signs that don't exist. A shy 45-year-old shows interest nothing like a confident 45-year-old. Let's start with shy older women. These are often women who married young, maybe recently divorced, haven't dated in decades. They're attracted to you, but terrified of showing it. Their signals are all about nervous energy and unconscious behaviors. Watch for the fidgeting when you're around, playing with jewelry, touching their neck, adjusting clothes that don't need adjusting. The hair thing is real with shy women. If she's constantly tucking hair behind her ear, or when you talk, running fingers through it, twirling it, that's nervous attraction. She's not even aware she's doing it half the time. It's her body's way of releasing nervous energy while trying to look attractive. The more she fusses with her appearance around you, the more she's thinking about how you perceive her. Shy older women do this thing where they avoid direct eye contact, but you constantly catch them looking. You look up. She looks away. You glance over. She's suddenly fascinated by her phone, but peripherally, she's tracking your every move. She positions herself where she can watch you without being obvious. If you're always in her line of sight accidentally, that's not accident. The proximity principle with shy women is subtle, but consistent. They won't sit right next to you, but they'll consistently be in your orbit. Same coffee shop every morning at your time, same gym equipment area, same lunch spot. They're creating opportunities for interaction without having to initiate. They're hoping you'll notice the pattern and make the move. Physical signs from shy older women are all about micro movements. The slight lean when you talk, the way her body opens towards you even when her head is turned away, feet pointing in your direction when she's talking to someone else. These are involuntary responses to attraction that she might not even realize she's displaying now. Confident older women. Completely different game. These women know what they want and aren't afraid to show it within reason. They've learned that life's too short for games. Their signals are direct, but still maintain plausible deniability because they're not trying to look desperate. The confident ones use touch strategically. A hand on your arm while laughing at your joke. A playful push when you tease her. Fixing your collar or picking lint off your shirt that may or may not exist. Each touch lasts just a fraction longer than necessary. She's testing your receptiveness while showing her interest. Verbal engagement from confident older women includes what I call qualification compliments. She's not just saying you look nice. She's saying you're so mature for your age, or I forget you're younger than me, or you have an old soul. She's qualifying the age gap to herself and to you, giving permission for the attraction to exist. The teasing from confident older women is flirtatious but sophisticated. She's not doing the playground pulling pigtails thing. She's making witty observations about you, challenging your opinions playfully, creating verbal sparring that builds tension. If she's giving you nicknames or inside jokes develop quickly, she's building intimacy through humor. Confident ones will create opportunities for one-on-one time. I need a +1 for this work. Event. Want to check out that new restaurant? I have an extra ticket. They're not asking you on dates explicitly, but they're creating date-like situations. If an older woman is consistently inviting you to things where you'd be alone together, she's not looking for a buddy. Both types share certain universal signals. The phone behavior is huge. If an older woman is texting you about non-essential things, sending memes, responding quickly and with enthusiasm, she's interested. Women over 35 don't waste time on pointless text conversations with men they're not attracted to. They have actual responsibilities. Watch for the social media engagement. If she's liking your post within minutes, watching all your stories, commenting with more than just emojis, she's paying attention. Older women don't social media stalk for fun. If she's engaging with your digital presence consistently, she's thinking about you offline too. The appearance enhancement when she knows she'll see you is a massive tell. If she's suddenly dressing better on days you're around, wearing makeup when she normally doesn't, or you catch her checking her reflection before interacting with you, she's trying to impress you. Women don't put in effort for men they're not interested in. The personal questions are different from older women. They're not asking surface stuff. They want to know about your goals, your family relationships, your past experiences. They're assessing compatibility on a deeper level because they don't have time to waste. If she's investing in knowing you psychologically, she's considering you romantically. Here's a subtle one: the reaction to other women around you. An interested older woman will clock every female who interacts with you. She might not show jealousy openly, but you'll notice her energy shift when another woman enters your space. She becomes either more attentive or suddenly aloof. Either way, she's responding to perceived competition. The vulnerability sharing is calculated but genuine. Older women will test your emotional intelligence by sharing something personal, not heavy trauma dumping, but meaningful disclosure. How you respond determines whether she continues showing interest. She's looking for emotional maturity that matches her own. The lunch or coffee invitations mean more from older women. She's not just bored and looking for company. Her time is valuable. If she's consistently wanting to spend it with you, even in casual settings, she's evaluating you as more than a friend. No, a busy professional woman has lunch regularly with a younger man she's not interested in. Digital behavior reveals everything. The timing of her messages, late evening or early morning texts, indicate she's thinking about you outside business hours. The tone if it's warmer and more playful than necessary. The emojis. Older women don't use hard eyes and wink faces professionally. These are conscious choices to signal interest. The memory factor is huge. She remembers things you mentioned once in passing. Your favorite band, your coffee order, your sister's name. This isn't just good memory, it's selective attention. She's cataloging information about you because you matter to her. When someone consistently remembers small details about you, they're emotionally invested. Body language clusters matter more than individual signs. One hair flip means nothing, but hair flip plus lean in plus sustained eye contact plus touch. That's a constellation of attraction. Older. Women's signals come in packages. Look for patterns, not isolated incidents. The introduction test is revealing. How does she introduce you to others? If it's with pride, enthusiasm, or she seems to be showing you off subtly, she's claiming you socially. If she mentions your positive qualities unnecessarily, this is Tom. He's brilliant at she's advertising your value because she sees it. Now, let's talk about differentiating real interest from politeness. Older women are often genuinely friendly, which confuses younger men. Consistency is key. Politeness doesn't sustain over months. If the attention is consistent and escalating gradually, that's interest. If it's sporadic or only in group settings, that's friendliness. Professional courtesy looks different from attraction. Courtesy is uniform. She treats everyone similarly. Attraction is selective. You get special treatment. Courtesy is bounded, limited to appropriate contexts. Attraction bleeds across boundaries. She finds reasons to connect outside normal parameters. The emotional temperature is different. Politeness feels warm but neutral. Attraction has an energy to it. Nervousness, excitement, tension. You feel it in the air between you. If interactions with her feel charged, even if nothing overt is happening, trust that feeling. Your body recognizes attraction even when your mind doubts it. The initiative factor separates interest from friendliness. Friendly older women respond when you reach out. Interested older women initiate contact. They create reasons to interact. They remember to follow up on previous conversations. They invest effort in maintaining connection. Testing your interest is something older women do carefully. They'll mention being single casually to see your reaction. They'll reference their availability. I have no plans this weekend to create openings. They'll gauge your relationship status through questions about your social life. These aren't random conversations. They're reconnaissance missions. The age gap conversation always comes up. If she's interested, she'll either minimize it, age is just a number, or acknowledge it directly if I were younger. These comments are her way of processing the attraction and checking your comfort level. How you respond to these probes determines whether she advances or retreats. Physical fitness or appearance improvements often coincide with attraction. If she suddenly starts working out more, dressing younger, or making changes to her appearance after meeting you, she's competing with an imaginary younger woman in her head. She's trying to bridge the age gap visually. The friend zone test is crucial. Older women will explicitly friend zone you if they're not interested. To prevent misunderstandings, you're like a son to me, or you remind me of my nephew. These are clear boundaries. If she's not saying these things, despite the age gap, she's keeping romantic possibilities open. Confident older women will sometimes directly address the elephant in the room. People would probably think it's weird if we, followed by something couple-like, she's testing your reaction to the concept. Your response here is critical. Show discomfort, and she'll never show interest again. The respect factor is huge. Interested older women will respect your opinions despite the age gap. They'll ask for your advice, value your perspective, treat you as an equal. If she's constantly pulling rank or emphasizing her greater experience, she sees you as a kid. If she treats you as a peer, she's open to more sexual tension. Manifests differently with older women. It's less giggling and blushing, more sustained eye contact and meaningful pauses. The air gets thick during conversations. Silences aren't awkward, they're charged. If you find Yourselves having moments of intense eye contact where nobody speaks, that's unresolved attraction. The exclusivity indicators are subtle, but clear. She wants to know if you're dating anyone, but asks indirectly. She fishes for information about your weekend plans, your social life, your relationship, history. She's doing market research to see if there's an opening and if she wants to take it. Older women show attraction through investment, time, energy, attention. These are their currencies, and they're more valuable than her 20s because they have less to spare. If she's investing these resources in you consistently, she's interested. Busy, professional women don't waste time on men they're not attracted to. The comfort with silence is a sign. If you can sit together without constant chatter, and it feels natural, not awkward, there's deeper connection. Older women don't feel obligated to fill every silence. If she's comfortable being quiet with you, she's comfortable with you. Period. Physical proximity preferences reveal attraction. Does she choose to sit next to you in groups? Does she stand closer than necessary? Does she find reasons to be in your physical space? Older women are very conscious of personal space. If she's consistently in yours, it's intentional. The future talk is revealing. Interested. Older women will include you in future tense conversations. We should try that new place when it opens. You'd love this festival next summer. She's mentally placing you in her future timeline. That doesn't happen with men she sees as temporary fixtures. The protection instinct shows differently. She might become subtly maternal, but not in a motherly way, in a caring partner way, asking if you ate lunch, reminding you about appointments, worrying about your stress levels. This isn't her seeing you as a child. It's partner-style care. They're manifesting. Watch for the comparison comments. Guys my age are so jaded, or you're nothing like men my age, or I connect better with younger people. She's justifying the attraction to herself and signaling to you that age isn't her primary filter. These aren't random observations, they're permission structures. The energy shift when you enter a room is palpable with interested older women. Their posture improves, their voice might change pitch slightly. They become more animated. If her energy noticeably elevates when you appear, she's not just happy to see a colleague, she's attracted. The goodbye lingering is real. Interested older women will extend farewells. One more topic of conversation at the door, walking you to your car unnecessarily. The hug that lasts a beat too long. They're reluctant to end the interaction because they don't know when the next one will be. Jealousy manifestations are subtle but observable. She might become slightly cooler after you mention another woman. Not dramatically. Older women don't throw fits, but there's a temperature drop. She might suddenly need to leave or check her phone. These micro-rejections are her protecting herself from perceived competition. The selective vulnerability is strategic. She'll share something that makes her seem more relatable to your age. Stories from when she was younger, admissions of insecurity, revelations that humanize her beyond the accomplished older woman image. She's trying to level the psychological playing field. Gift giving or sharing from older women is significant. Bringing you coffee regularly, sharing food, lending books, or recommending shows. These are nurturing behaviors that indicate care she's provisioning you in small ways. Testing how you receive care from her. The name usage increases with attraction. She'll say your name more often in conversation than necessary. This is both to create intimacy and because she likes the feel of your name in her mouth. If she uses your name frequently, especially in text, she's thinking about you as an individual, not just another younger guy. The defensive behavior about the age gap with others reveals investment. If someone makes a comment about you too, and she defends or deflects rather than laughing it off, she's protecting something that matters to her. Women don't defend relationships that don't exist in their minds. The availability she creates for you is telling. Busy older women suddenly have time when you need something. They'll rearrange schedules to help you be available for conversations. Make themselves accessible. Time is their most valuable resource, and they're spending it on you. Physical presentation changes around you specifically. Not just dressing up, but dressing in ways that might appeal to a younger man. More modern styles, younger energy in her choices. She's trying to bridge the gap visually without looking like she's trying too hard. The conversation depth increases over time if she's interested, starting with surface topics, but gradually going deeper. Childhood experiences, past relationships, fears, and dreams. She's building intimacy layers carefully but deliberately. Each conversation goes slightly deeper than the last. The respect for your autonomy is crucial. Interested older women won't try to control or parent you. They respect your choices, your independence, your adult status. If she's treating you like a capable adult man rather than a kid who needs guidance, she sees you as a potential partner. The sexual undertones in conversations become more apparent over time. Jokes with double meanings, conversations that drift toward intimate topics, questions about your preferences in relationships. She's testing the sexual chemistry waters without being overt about it. The inclusion in her real life indicates serious interest. Meeting her actual friends, not just colleagues. Being invited to personal events. Becoming part of her regular routine. Older women are protective of their established lives. If you're being integrated, you matter. The emotional regulation she displays around you is different. More animated when happy, more visibly affected when upset. She's less guarded emotionally because she wants you to see her authentic self. Professional older women usually have tight emotional control. If it's looser around you, you're special. The future planning includes you subtly. She might mention a concert months away to gauge your interest. She plants seeds for future interactions, creating a presumption of continued connection. She's not just thinking about next week. She's thinking about next season with you in the picture. The psychological dynamics behind these behaviors are rooted in emotional maturity. Older women have typically been through enough to know what they want. When they show interest, it's deliberate, not impulsive. They've evaluated you consciously and unconsciously and decided you're worth the complications an age gap might bring. The anxiety and excitement combination creates unique behavioral patterns. She's excited by the attraction, but anxious about the age difference. This internal conflict manifests in approach avoidance behaviors. Getting close, then pulling back, showing interest, then acting casual. Understanding this helps you not take the mixed signals personally. The normalization attempts are important to notice. She'll make comments that normalize age gap relationships, mentioning celebrity couples with age differences, talking about friends in similar situations, or sharing articles about age being irrelevant in love. She's building a framework where your potential relationship makes sense. The emotional intelligence test happens continuously. She's watching how you handle stress, conflict, disappointment. Can you regulate your emotions like a mature man, or do you react like a young guy? Your emotional responses either reinforce or challenge her assumptions about younger men. Pass these tests and her interest increases. The validation and hope you can provide is significant. Many older women have been through difficult relationships, divorces, disappointments. Your interest, especially if you're genuinely attracted and not just curious, can be incredibly validating. It reminds them they're still desirable, still worthy of pursuit. The practical dating guidance here is straightforward. If you're interested in an older woman showing these signs, be confident but respectful. Don't play games. She's past that. Be direct but not crude. Show emotional maturity through actions, not just words. And understand that she's taking a bigger social risk than you are. The conversational tone matters enormously. Older women respond to intelligent conversation, emotional depth, genuine interest in who they are, beyond their appearance. If you can engage her mind while acknowledging her attractiveness, you're differentiating yourself from both immature younger men and jaded older ones. Building male confidence through understanding these signs is transformative. Instead of wondering if she's interested, you can read the signs accurately. This removes the desperation and confusion that kills attraction. When you understand her language, you can respond appropriately, neither missing opportunities nor misreading friendliness. The empowerment aspect goes both ways. When you recognize and appropriately respond to an older woman's interest, you're validating her choice to show that interest. You're participating in breaking down outdated stereotypes about age and attraction. This isn't about fetishizing age differences, it's about recognizing genuine connection regardless of age. Online dating dynamics with older women are different too. They're more likely to read your entire profile, less likely to swipe based on just photos. They message with purpose, not just, hey, if an older woman matches with you online and initiates real conversation, she's already decided you're worth exploring despite the age difference. The consistency factor cannot be overstated. Younger women might show interest sporadically based on mood. Older women's interest is consistent. If she's warm on Monday and cold on Friday, that's not interest. That's probably hormones or life stress. Real interest from an older woman is steady and building, not volatile. Understanding these signals isn't about gameplay or manipulation. It's about recognizing when someone is interested but constrained by social expectations, professional considerations, or personal fears. Older women showing attraction to younger men are fighting against societal programming. Their signals might be subtle, but they're significant. The key is consistency and clusters. One signal means nothing. Multiple signals over time mean everything. Stop looking for the dramatic movie moments and start noticing the subtle, consistent patterns of interest. Older women don't play games like younger ones, but they also don't make fools of themselves. Their attraction is shown through sophisticated, sustained interest that builds over time. If you're noticing these signs, don't wait forever to act. Older women showing interest have already overcome significant internal resistance to allow that attraction. They've decided you're worth the social risk, the potential judgment, the complications of an age gap. That's not a decision they make lightly. Respect it by being observant, respectful, and when you're sure of mutual interest, confident in your approach. I want to hear from you guys. What signals have you noticed from older women that you weren't sure about? What signs did you miss that seem obvious now? Have you successfully navigated an age gap attraction? Drop your experiences in the comments. Let's help other men understand these dynamics better because attraction doesn't have an expiration date, and sometimes the best connections come from the most unexpected places. Music.